Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And it's time once again to react to the star ratings for a pay-per-view, Larson, that happened last year.
It's 2025.
Oh my goodness, this was a 2024 pay-per-view, but, you know, I guess those other guys just get to them where they can. Of course, this is where we react to Dave Meltzer star ratings for, this time, AEW pay-per-view, World's End. And
Correct.
Larson, today, you're in the hot seat. How do you feel going into today's? Because this is how we react star ratings. Whoever is in the hot seat guesses what Meltzer star ratings are based off of the description.
I don't feel great, but I have 8 chances to at least get one right, which is better than you've done the last 2 times. So,
yeah, that's true. I am not very good these days. I'm not balling at these star ratings, man. Somebody should write an AI rap song about that. My terrible star rating reactions. Anyways, let's go ahead and... Oh, wait a second. There was a Jeff Jarrett match in the pre-show? What the heck? Oh, man, nobody told me that. All right. Let's go ahead and start with the actual card, which began with Continental Classic Action. Of course, Will Osprey versus Kyle Fletcher.
So I did hear Dave say that he thought this was one of the best matches ever to open a pay-per-view. So
yeah,
I'm guessing the floor is 5 stars with this one, but continue.
All right. Well, let's
see if he editorializes it all.
Dude, look, he's throwing you a softball immediately. He says this, just a super match. And then there's just a lot of description. He says they were blocking each other's big moves early with the story of them being longtime friends. Fletcher's chest was battered early. Osprey did a double gainer off the apron on Fletcher. Osprey was on the floor, whipped into the steps, but he jumped over and did a lucha roll on the floor and jumped off the steps with a Tijeras on the floor. Osprey cut himself deep. He was bleeding like crazy. With the idea, it came from Fletcher giving him a lawn dart on the barricade. Fletcher did Kawada kicks and then licked Osprey's blood off his boots. Let's see here. Osprey used Kawada kicks. There was a great series of moves into an Oz cutter by Osprey for a near fall. Osprey did a poison Rana. Fletcher came back with hidden blade. Then they started doing ramming headbutts. There were way too many back and forth. Not all of them seemed safe either. Fletcher tried to pin with the ropes, but ref Paul Turner caught him. Osprey hit hidden blade and Fletcher kicked out. Fletcher did a running powerbomb. Osprey kicked out. Fletcher hit 2 running kicks, went for a brainbuster onto the buckles, but Osprey reversed into a Styles Clash for the pin. I think that's the first time Osprey has won a match in AEW with the Styles Clash. End of write-up. What did he give this one?
So I gave their last match 5 1/4, and I thought that one was better than this one.
Okay.
Although he's very fond of the quarter-star increments these days. The other one was longer. Thought the match was better. But based on the write-up, it seems like it's going to be more than 5 stars. You know, I'll say he gave the same rating as the first one, 5 1/4.
You were a quarter off. He gave this one 5 even. 5 stars. 5 stars.
I can't tell you how close I was to saying 5 stars.
Your logic was sound. Trust your instincts. Next match in the Continental Classic. Kazuchika Okada pinned Ricochet.
Trevor Mann
in 12 minutes and 54 seconds. This is what Dave had to say. A very short write-up, in fact. The crowd was very behind Okada here. Ricochet is getting great heat as a heel. Oh. He pulled Okada's leg so his groin crotched him onto the ropes and followed with a tope. Ricochet did a lot of cool moves while still being a heel. Okada did the elbow off the top. He basically fell off the top rather than jumped high off the top like in the past. Ricochet used a spike pile driver and shooting star for a near fall, but missed Spirit Gun. Okada hit the second drop kick, did a spinning power slam, and won via Rainmaker. Great match!
Oh, great. All right.
What
so great typically is between 3 3/4 and like 4 1/4. I don't think this match was good enough to get 4 1/4. So I'll say when even 4 stars with it.
You're on the board.
Yeah.
2 matches in, man. You're on the board.
Yeah. God, I could be 2 for 2. Gosh darn it.
All right. Here we go.
Maybe he's all about the whole star increments today.
Could be. Next match.
Next.
Mariah May beat Thunder Rosa in a Tijuana street fight to retain AEW Women's title in 1320. This was your basic weapons match. I don't think people thought Rosa could win. Rosa's father was at ringside. He looks like a taller version of the 70s and 80s mini Cowboy Lang.
Oh my gosh.
He referred to him as a mini still. You can't do that, man. Oh, that was good. That was classic Meltzer right there. That was like mid-90s Meltzer. May was in front of Papa Rosa, and Thunder attacked her. Rosa threw chairs and a garbage can into the ring. May DDT'd Rosa on the ramp and spit tequila in her face. May tried for a pin on the ramp and got a near fall. So we learned Tijuana street fights also meant falls count anywhere. They had walls near entrance with graffiti that actually looked like the walls of the Auditorio in Tijuana. Rosa speared her through the wall for a near fall. Rosa choked her with a chain. May used Mayday on the tacks for a near fall. May took Papa Rosa's cowboy hat off and took his cane and made fun of him. May got barbed wire and wrapped it around her knee, but Rosa moved and ran into the ring steps. Rosa pulled out the table and put it up on a slant. Rosa ran up the table and dropkicked May. That table easily could have collapsed. The finish saw May use Storm Zero off apron through a table and got the pin. They worked really hard, but the crowd wasn't there for them. What rating did Dave Meltzer give this match?
They worked really hard, but the crowd wasn't there for him, and he said it was a basic weapons match.
This was your basic weapons match.
Give him credit for like he's not gonna give this anything close to 4 because the crowd, in his estimation, wasn't really into it.
Didn't seem like he thought there was much heat here.
But they worked hard. But then he said it was also a basic weapon. I'll say he went 3.5 stars.
So close. 3.25. He's back on his quarter kick. At least for this bitch. All right, next match. MJF versus Adam Cole for the Dynamite Diamond Ring in 1436.
This would be an interesting one.
Let's see here. Matt Taven and Mike Bennett were at ringside with the idea that they were guarding the Diamond Ring so neither guy could use it, except they are totally affiliated with Cole. There was a light "He's our scumbag" chant for MJF, who told the fans to shut the fuck up. Cole had his head run into the steps and the post was bleeding. MJF was biting the cut. Let's see here. There's got to be some actual editorializing here. The finish saw MJF on the floor take a bump like a luchador to a phantom punch. Okay, so just to prepare you here, we're in the middle, like literally the dead center of the description, and the match is finished. So I'm kind of curious what he has to say about the rest of it. The ref saw MJF down and threw out Taven and Bennett. MJF went for the ring. Oh, never mind. Hold on. No, okay. MJF then used a low blow and a heat seeker and pinned Cole. MJF went to Pillmanize Cole's ankle when Roderick Strong ran out. Kyle O'Reilly came out and teased helping MJF, but attacked MJF. Strong and O'Reilly took out MJF with a high-low and then held MJF for Cole to hit him with the diamond ring. The current AEW crowd likes something, but there's a lot they are quiet for, and Cole as a babyface and the reuniting of the group was flat here. The wrestling in the match was very good. Double juice. I'm going to use the double juice. Everything looked good, but we can see by the poll that a lot of people just don't like it.
Oh, it must be the reader's poll as far as best.
I think
worst
so,
match.
Yeah.
Oh, this must have got a lot of votes for worst match then.
I think it might have. Let me double check here as you ponder. Yes, this did by 1. This got worst
match.
Yeah.
Over the main event?
Barely, by literally 1 vote.
All right. So neither of us were terribly high on it. I think we both gave it 3 stars.
Mm-hmm.
So the wrestling was good. Crowd didn't care. You know, he's been fond of the even full star increments. I'll say he agrees with us, 3 stars.
He actually reverted back to his quarter stars. He went to 3.25 for this one. So close.
I tell you, every time it's a quarter star off. Every stinking time.
Next up. Konosuke Takeshita retained the international title over Powerhouse Hobbs in 1535. Dave says this: with the win, Takeshita goes to Tokyo Dome, and the International versus Never title match is official with Takeshita versus Shingo. Oh, really? That's cool. That sounds like a banger match.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
And both titles will be at stake the next night with the double champion facing Tomohiro Ishii. Hobbs did power stuff. It was the biggest singles match of Hobbs' career, and he was good, although not at the level of Takeshita's best matches this year. Takeshita worked over Hobbs' surgically repaired right knee. Hobbs did an Oklahoma Stampede. They did big clotheslines with neither guy going down. Hobbs continued to sell the knee, and Takeshita chop blocked him and gave him a Blue Thunder Bomb. Hobbs kicked out at 1. They were both on the top rope, and Hobbs' knee gave out. Hobbs was selling big, and Aubrey Edwards helped him take his knee brace off. He says grace off. Takeshita won via elbow, knee, guillotine, and finally hit the Raging Fire. That's all you get for that one. I guess the biggest takeaway here would be it was the biggest singles match of Hobbs' career, and he was good, although not at the level of Takeshita's best matches.
So the upper echelon for Takeshita in Dave's eyes is 5+, obviously. Because I think him versus Osprey got more than 5. He gave Takeshita Ricochet, I think, 4.25.
He really likes Takeshita.
He likes Takeshita. You know, I'm going to say Dave and I's opinion of this match were in alignment. I gave it 3.75. I'm going to say Dave gave it 3.75.
You are on the board again.
Yeah. Was that 2 for 5?
2 for 5 so far.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Next match. Mercedes Moné pinned Chris Statlander in 24-35 to retain the TBS title. Moné has sure ended the year with a bang, I think, but he says big. Moné has sure ended the year with a big, with 3 of the best U.S. women's matches of the year, 2 with Statlander and 1 with Hazuki. This was the longest women's match in AEW history and among the best as well. Statlander used power spots early. Moné used a Meteora into Statlander in the barricade and crossbody off the barricade. Hold on a second. This is a long write-up here. I'm going to try to get to some editorializing here. Here we go. Moné did 7 Amigos in tribute to Eddie Guerrero. The crowd almost always pops big for this. Moné followed with a frog splash for a near fall. There was a strange spot as Statlander was selling like she was out and wasn't about to break the count. So Moné broke the count, which made no sense because she had it won. She was a heel, and the best reaction would have been Statlander diving in to beat the count. Moné continued to work on her knee and did a Meteora and more punches. Statlander ended up on the floor with her foot caught in the webbing under the ring. She was panicking because she couldn't get out of it, and she would lose via countout. Finally, she unlaced her boot and was able to escape and get in the ring. She worked the rest of the match with 1 boot. Statlander came back with an F5 for a near fall. Moné gave Statlander a tombstone on the apron, but Statlander got in the ring at 9. Moné said, "Why won't you die?" She did the statement maker, bank statement, changed it to the form of an STF, and Statlander made the ropes. Moné finally got the pin with the Skade special?
Oh.
Or Skade special. The crowd gave the two a somewhat standing ovation. The crowd gave the two a somewhat standing ovation. So somewhat heat, I guess.
Well, the crowd was invested in the outcome, I guess, and then the quality of the match. I guess that's
somewhat standing ovation.
Was that it? Is that all I get?
That's all you get. What is the star rating for this match, Larson?
So we gave their last match 4.5. I got here the rating for Mercedes versus Hazuki. That got 4.75. It's going to be in that territory. Obviously, Dave doesn't do 8th stars, so it can't be right in between.
Can't be right in between.
I'm going to say he gave it the same as the first one, 4.5.
You got 3 now.
Yeah.
About time you start putting together these AEW ones. These are easy. Next up, number 10.
10.
Kazuchika Okada.
Wait, did you say number 10? Smash number 7.
Well, this Dave.
Oh,
says
including the
number 10.
pre-show is 10. Yeah.
Yeah. Yell at me. Kazuchika Okada pinned
Like
Will
you're trying to
Osprey.
throw me off.
I'm not trying to throw you off. Pinned Will Osprey with 1911 to win the Continental Classic and retain the title. The fans gave this match a standing ovation just seeing the two in the ring. I think people knew Okada was going to the finals and couldn't really grasp the idea of Okada versus Osprey without it being promoted. Plus, Fletcher was the one who beat Okada in the tournament. Osprey did a plancha and used Okata, and Okata used a DDT on the floor and a draping DDT. Okay, this is a really long write-up here, so I'm going to try to I'm going to help you out here. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okada came back with a neck breaker over the knee and a Randy Savage elbow. This wasn't like the one in the Ricochet match, and he jumped off. Okada hit a shotgun drop kick, but missed a drop kick. Here we go. Okada then hit a fantastic drop kick, lowercase f, so that's just him editorializing.
Yeah.
That's not like a
the name of it, no. Kick. Yeah, it's not a proper name. Yeah.
Right. Went for Rainmaker, and Osprey reversed into powerbomb. Osprey hit the Styles Clash that he beat Fletcher with, and Okada kicked out. Okada hit a power slam and Rainmaker for a near fall. The place was going nuts at this point. You know what that means, Larson? Great heat.
A lot of stars. That's what it means.
Okada used a German suplex and went for Rainmaker, but Osprey used Spanish fly off the Rainmaker for a great near fall. Osprey at this point was covered in blood. Osprey went for an Oscutter, but Okada drop kicked him. Okada went for Rainmaker. Osprey ducked and hit Okada with a Rainmaker and then a Stormbreaker. Osprey went for Tiger Driver, but Okada hit a clothesline. He hit a second one, but Okada wouldn't go down. Osprey used a hook kick. Osprey went for the Stormbreaker again, but Okada countered to hit Rainmaker for the pin. This was by far the best Okada match since he came to AEW. This was an absolute classic. High praise. Absolute classic.
So I got to decide how far above 5.5 stars I'm going to go here. Is it going to be 5 3/4? Is he going to go to the whole star increment and give it a 6? That's the question. You know, outside the first, 2 matches that were whole star increments, he hasn't done any of those. 5 3/4.
5 1/4.
5 1/4?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Let me just double check. This isn't 6 1/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1/4. I think that's a quarter.
Yeah, that seems awfully low.
I don't think he's referred to any 5.5 plus star matches in absolute classics before. Like, I would think absolute classic is like cream of the crop.
Yeah.
5.5 plus. I don't tell you, man.
What was that,
All
3 of 7? All right, I got to get this one. If I get this one, I get 50%.
You're at 3 of 7 now?
3 of 7.
All right. Hopefully you don't get this one.
No, hopefully I do.
Number 11. Jon Moxley won a 4-way over Orange Cassidy, Jay White, and Adam Page in 1540. This was all action.
I feel like he's going to like this more than we did.
Security tried to keep, it's a really long write-up. He says, there are no countouts in 4-ways. Claudio Castagnoli, Pac, and Wheeler Yuta got involved. Security tried to keep Death Riders out. Cassidy did a Superman punch on Moxley, and all three gave Moxley a shield powerbomb through a table. Page went after White and Cassidy. They showed Christian and his crew. What?
Nothing. Carry on.
They showed Christian and his crew watching from the sky boxes with the briefcase. Hook was also in the stands. I guess their
Hold on a second. Did he say Pac was there?
He did say Pac was
Pac wasn't there.
Maybe he's watching a different match.
I didn't think he was there. Then I just Googled it, and Google AI says Pac was not there.
Oh, you can't trust that shit.
I know, but what's more trustworthy, my memory or Google AI?
It's kind of on par, buddy.
Yeah,
it's these days kind of on par. Oh, man. All right, continue on. They showed Christian and his crew watching from skyboxes. Hook was also in the stands. I guess their feud will continue, even though Taz was already back last week, and by the time they wrestle, the reason for the match will be ancient history. He's down on Hook, man. Real good action with all three until White used a Hurricane Rana and clothesline Page over the top. Moxley returned to action at this point. Moxley was back. Moxley was bleeding badly from the back from going through the table, but overall was okay. They did all kinds of big spots, then all four were down. They continued doing big spots and near falls. Cassidy hit the orange punch on Moxley and seemed to have had it won, but Page pulled the ref out of the ring. Page did the buckshot lariat on Cassidy and then on White and then hit the dead eye on Moxley and buckshot lariat on Moxley again, but the ref was still out of the ring. Cassidy cradled Moxley and Paul Turner ran in, but Moxley kicked out. Page gave Cassidy a low blow. Then White hit the Blade Runner on Page, who rolled out of the ring. White hit Blade Runner on Mox, but Yuta stopped the ref from counting. White then hit Blade Runner on Marina Shafir to a big pop, but Yuta hit the Danielson Busaki knee on White, and Moxley followed with Death Rider for the pin. What did Dave Meltzer get?
This says a lot of huge moves, but not much editorializing apart from that.
He said the Blade Runner on Marina Shafir got a big pop.
Yeah, the crowd reacted to that. We weren't huge on this match. The readers' poll, not huge on this match, though they seem to like this more than MJF Cole, which got 3 1/4, I believe, from Dave. There's really no editorializing regarding it being good or really good.
He did. The
great.
First thing he said was this was all action.
It was all action. I feel like he's going to go much higher than we did, and he's going to go a bit higher than Cole MJF. I'm going to say he goes 3 3/4.
You did not get your 50%. He
Dang
gave
it.
it 3.5 stars. Quarter off.
Every time.
Yep.
Except for the one time it was way more than that. But yeah.
Every time except for the time. Yeah. So there you go. You know,
3 of 8's not that bad.
I mean, it's an AEW review. Really, the floor should be like 66%, to be honest with you. So that's really what you need to be aiming for next time.
Like, I
tried.
For me, I feel good about myself, and then you dump on me.
I tried being cool with you before. I tried being cool with you, and then you shit on me. So I don't want to hear that. This is just a little bit of payback. I'm still salty from that. Trying to congratulate you last time for getting one lousy one, and you're like, that's more than you got.
You got 3 more than you got the last 2 times combined.
Well, good for you. I think I still hold the percentage record, which I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, you remember it, so what does it matter even?
Probably like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Hit that thumbs up and that subscribe button.
Goodbye, everybody.